Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to another session to understand reporting with different perspectives. Let's start this session with a Tirukural from the chapter Poyyamai or Truthfulness. பொய்யாமை அன்ன புகழில்லை எய்யாமை எல்லா அறமும் தரும், which is translated as no other fame equals not lying without any physical strain. It yields all virtues. The meaning of this Tirukural clearly states that there is no price like the price of never uttering a falsehood. Without causing any suffering, it will lead to every virtue. That's why Tirukural is prized as the world's book. Let's take this Tirukural as a base and look into the main objective of the session. The platform may differ in media, but the ethics are all same to maintain the sanity of the media profession. Reporting is a vital role for any media platform, and the same Tirukural supports these all media workers and professionals. Do report the good and do well. But when the platform differs, the accessibility and a few other methods to produce news will differ. So, this session will give you a better understanding of the reporting style, ethics, mode and levels for print, radio and television. If we understand the differences between these reportings, we can adapt our abilities and potentials to drive those media vehicles smoothly. Let's start with print media basics, advantages, disadvantages, etc. and move to other platform. Okay, let's first look into the major advantages of the print media. It is a static media and its nature allows for indefinite exposures. From a theoretical point of view, someone could get a beautiful understanding from a magazine advertisement or read through interesting content for more duration. And also, the same reader could read the advertisement again and again for multiple perspectives. Every time, the reader can understand different levels of the same advertisement. Whatever the brand built, the teacher will be influenced by the visuals, text and the repeated looks through the print publications. Comparing to radio and television advertisements, the frequency of the advertisements will enhance the reach and create an opinion upon the product or service. To succeed that, advertisers have to pay again and again or a huge campaign budget for the frequent publicity in radio and television. But in print, it's a single time budget and the advertisements remains on the same pages till the end. While selecting an audience, magazines often push towards specific demographics and lifestyle based segments. It allows local companies to get a great way to reach their communities. Print advertisements also help the advertisers to have flexible placements. For example, they can put advertisements for the whole page or off page, quarter page, daily, alternate days, which is convenient to the advertisers. Radio and television media have a quick hitting concept in advertising, unlikely in print media. The advertisement includes a longer, more involved copy. A front page advertisement and last page advertisement gives more benefits to the products and service reach. It will always grab the attention to the reader. Now we will see the broadcast media perspective. As per the broadcast media perspective, the main disadvantages of the media lies under its briefness. Whatever the message you wanted to send to the audience through radio or television, the spot will run for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 and 60 seconds. The message will pass the content to the available audience in this minimum timing. It is not only limited to the advertisement but also extends to all other elements exist in the media platforms. The success of a media channel depends upon the audience subconscious retention of the images, sounds and visual elements of the program. After all these retentions, the withholding of that idea is the main success of the media program. It would be possible with the message structure, the company's potential and creative ideas of the shows. Over a while, the show concept, host, way of presentation, the timing of the show may create a sustainable impact among the target audience. This is not possible in print media. On another hand, print media is the mother of these entire media vehicles, and so the show ideas, structure and many other elements were developed in print media only. For example, today's television channels are engaged and fully accommodated with soaps, but it started with the print media only. The most long-running print series, Dinathandi Kannithivu, is one of the renowned series in Tamil. While reviewing and analyzing the readers' attitudes and preferences of Tamil newspaper, it is mentioned from the respondent's point of view. The point indicates that all media vehicles are interrelated with one another and their show ideas, structures are adaptable. Though all media vehicle has its advantages and disadvantages, comparing to the print, television and radio shared more advantages including multisensory appeal and wide reach. The multisensory appeal is creative sense. Though radio does not have any visual elements, the recent development in the radio industry provides an opportunity to share metadata with the audience which is related to the show, song trivia and more. The ongoing dialogue, action and background sounds are involved in these broadcast media. These qualities enable potential high-impact story presentation that may create emotional appeals. Broadcast media has a wide reach than print media. Print media is limited to the literates, but radio and television reach beyond that limited audience at national and international levels. For example, shortwave radio broadcasts covered half the globe with their broadcast service. Satellite television channels cover the entire globe with just 3 satellites. The ability to reach a large portion of a target audience benefits companies with the goal of increased awareness. Okay, now let's see about media translations. We just tried to understand the perspectives of print and broadcast media in advertising, reporting and reach to the audience. Now, let us try to focus on the translation related media deliverables. Print media has a long history in translated deliverables. As per October 2018, the full version of the Holy Bible was translated into 683 languages. The New Testament alone translated into 1534 languages and portions or Bible stories are translated into 1133 languages. Few portions of Bible have been translated into 3350 languages. This is about a single holy book which is translated and printed. From Hebrew, Aramaic and Greek languages, a book had a chance to be translated into these huge unlimited languages. Just imagine the other books which are translated with or without religious, cultural, patriotic influences. The print translation is easier than broadcast media translations, which are named as a reproduction of radio magazines, dubbing movies, remake movies, etc. Print translations are majorly divided into three levels, which are sensitive to sense translation, word to word translation, and omissions. While explaining these three levels, sense to sense translation could not make a point to point, and some word has no meaning to use. It depends on the grammatical, sentence patterns, and structure of the languages. Even both languages use the same sentence patterns and grammatical structure, some words may not transfer the emotional values. So, the translator's task is to understand the scene and content for the translation which sense to sense. It's almost rewriting the literature. It is called a sense for sense theories. The word for word translation is more likely used in print media closely to the news writing. It will help a reporter to write the news quickly as a correspondence. An omission is about leaving some content or word. It is used in both news and writing and print media writing. The omission level is a strategic and concern related one. It involves censorship gatekeeping methods. Still, this can go into a different way. If someone misses a word which is important to the content, that will create disasters. When this translation comes to broadcast media, it takes different names like voice over translation, dubbing, remakes, adoptions. This includes audio-visual elements that have to be synchronized with all the elements. A voice actor should narrate the translated literature with the same emotional values and effects. Voice over translation is most often used in documentaries and news reports to translate words of foreign language interviews in countries where subtitling is not the norm. In dubbing movies, this has to be done with voice acting, background sound effects, and music. This includes a wide range of production costs too. For example, a recent Tamil movie, Otta Siruppu Size 7, just used background music, effects, dialogue to convey almost 80% of the story. This cost 40 lakhs just for sound reproduction for a direct Tamil movie. Just imagine if this particular movie is dubbed or remade in different language, the cost will at least take off of the primary production. Reporting in various media platforms are entirely depends on the company's structural influences. All news media are distributing their news to consumers. With the changing society today, all individuals are using various social media platforms, which is also used to provide news to all users without any censorship. This no regulation of information on social platforms bring a notion to media ethics. How a news organization should work? This question is an essential one that brings media ethics in front. To emphasize information flow with news values in mainstream news organization, these structural differences play a vital role. In this hurry-burry world, no one is ready to sit and read a newspaper like the old days. So, they are shifting to digital papers, digital radio and TV feeds on mobile phones. Thus, broadcast news is more convenient for most people. So, similarities and differences between print and broadcast media are very true with its potentialities. In recent times, social media platforms, especially YouTube channels, focus on vlogs. Newsfeed in small chunks are getting popular among the users, and this has become an eventual business among the YouTubers. Some of them are earning and gaining popularity over their subscribers and entering into the mainstream cinema. But when it comes to news reporting, this social media news feeds by all level YouTubers are repetitive, amateur and subjective sometimes. Now let us take non-news organization both from print and broadcast media who are all adopts and applies the characteristics of news writings. புதிய தலைமுறை, நியூஸ் 18, தினத்தந்தி, டைம்ஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியா, டெக்கான் கிரானிக்கல்ஸ், தி ஹிந்து, தினமலர், தினகரன், ஸ்டார் விஜய், சன் நெட்வொர்க், Zee Tamil and more channels take a step forward to use digital platform for a rising media horizon. The specific organizational patterns for news writing drew digital platforms ethics for news publications and provide news for the consumers daily. Print and broadcast media versus their digital platforms can be compared to the news agency versus print and broadcast media. Print news media prominently uses an inverted pyramid news structure. The same is used in the digital platform, but the duty of the first paragraph is shifted to the headlines in the digital platform. The headline should give quick information to the readers. A newspaper reader can read 20 to 25 words to read the first paragraph, but a digital reader is a multitasking consumer, so the word limit should be 10 to 15 only and always present tense. Because the digital platform is mostly interactive, instant and intense. The exaggeration in print media is controlled by the editor and the broadcast news exaggeration is controlled by the news director. But both should convey the original news and should not distract the viewers or readers without reducing or increasing the intensity of the news. Still, company policies are not disturbed in any of the media platforms. This is not related to citizen journalism, so that social media usage is a boon for citizen journalism who wants to reach a wider audience. These are the different structural patterns formulated for print media, broadcast media and digital media platforms for unbiased news dissemination. The consumers would like to get unbiased daily news events happening around them. Now we understood different levels of structural and opportunities of the news broadcast. Digital media is a beast upon all the traditional media platforms, started from the creating of languages, stories, cave drawings, scriptures, epics, literature, radio magazines, radio news, telegraph, television, telephone, mobile phone, smartphone, internet and more on. So, the understanding of reporting to various media platforms and vehicles need different special pieces of trainings and apprentices. All media channels cost much to transmit the required and quick information. So, it needs an organizational setup which includes a creative team, finance team, human resource team and editorial team in different journals, managers, public affairs managers and more supporting staff. To construct and maintain these many teams, one organization should get their marketing strategies. The created vast opportunities in digital media marketing. So, the differences make more people live and work. To conclude this session, we analyzed and understood the differences between reporting for print, radio, television and also digital media. Next session, let us recall all the modules of this MOOC course. Thank you.